He's in control. He's the master of his masters. I can do business with you, right? Master's talking to a master, not a master talking to a slave, a sovereign. I'ma license you, my materials. You don't own my materials anymore. But I'ma take the big chunk over here to the homie. That's why I have no issue with people calling him a master mason. You damn right, he's the master of his catalog. He's the master of his words. He's the master of his archive. You feel me? He's the master of the ceremony. Right. Very few artists have been able to achieve this, but the ones that have, we've seen a demise.
I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The Netheroo circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the Benz. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple like Prince.
Please welcome back Red Pill. The man's back there doing the sales. He making sure you get the PowerPoint even better for y'all. Please give this man a nice big hand. Red Pill.
Thank you. I'm going to try my best to run through the rest of this information. Pardon me if we're kind of tardy on the time. To the family in the live stream and the family in the audience, I know that we all have things that we have to do. But, you know, you're going to get this information out. All right, I'm going to start with a definition of color. I got to read it from the computer. This is a legalese definition. This is not Webster's dictionary, but this is a legalese. This is the definition that stands in court. Color, an appearance, semblance, or similar term, as distinguished from which is real. A prima facie or apparent right, hence a deceptive appearance. A plausible, assumed exterior concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. This is color. You calling yourself color. Parents, patria, father of his country, parent of the country, in England, the king, in the United States as a sovereign, referring to the sovereign power of guardianship over persons under disability, such as minors and insane and incompetent persons. That is you, black people. You are seen as minors. So there is a king or a father or a parent over you. And that's how they're treating you. Okay? Prison complex industry, that is how this complex industry has been formed. This complex industry has been formed from people acquiescing to statuses. Excuse me, can you be quiet over there, please? Thank you. Penal, okay? This is the prison complex industry. Let's do the definition of penal. Penal is punishable, inflicting a punishment, containing a penalty or relating to a penalty. Penal action in practice, an action upon a penal statute, an action for the recovery of a penal given by statute. Escheat in feudal law, escheat is an obstruction of the course of descent, a consequent determination of the tenure by some unforeseen contingency, in which case the land naturally results back by a kind of reversion to the original grantor or lord of the fee, meaning that they are, through feudal laws, they are holding your land, the Americas, and all things inside of the land, the resources, the water, the oil, the gold, the silver, the gemstones. You think of it. All of these things are being escheated by your guardian or your parent, and they will not give it back to it until your ass stands up. And I didn't say that. We wasn't talking no stick talk, no gun talk. We're talking about you better stand up in your mind first. The concept of sovereignty needs to take you over before you even think about being such. Civilitaire mortuus. This is the banger. Civilly dead. Dead in the view of the law. The condition of one who has lost his civil rights and capacities and is accounted dead in law. Now you've been seeing what's been taking place lately. Does it not look like Negroes are dead in the eyes of the law? Are they not treating you like they turning their back on you like, pardon my back, excuse my shoulders, but that's the way that we treat you soldiers. They stunning on you. They treat you like furniture. Fraternal order of police endorses Trump. The fraternal order of the police is a fraternity. It is the Masonic lodge of the police, meaning that they keep secrets and all kind of things are done internally. Meaning that if they have memos to kill your black asses, you would not know that is an internal fraternal charge. Like, you know, things that happen inside of gangs, like if somebody gets green lighted in the mafia, you don't know about that. That's inside, that's fraternal. La Moreta. Alright? Sotomayor calls out Supreme Court for letting cops get away with shoot first, think later approach. That's a Gillian dialect. I don't believe her. An 18-year-old has been charged in the shooting death of a St. Louis County police officer. This was the other day. Okay? He is being held on a $1 million bond. They didn't kill him though. These are the Sephardic Jews that I was reading about earlier when we were talking about the capitulation of the Moors and the capitulation of the Jews. These are some of the Jews who migrated into what is known as Hollywood and these other places where they hold power. But these are some of the people that are responsible for the slave trade. Alright, these are some slave shirts. Alright, the Portuguese slave trade, transatlantic. The rivalry for the control of the Atlantic slave trade will later be taken over by the more business-conscious and ambitious Protestants of Holland and England through a series of wars fought on the high seas in several continents. Portugal's ruling class monarchs and merchants enriched by the lucrative sugar and slave trade exercised significant economic and political power. In 1498, Vasco da Gama rounded Africa's Cape of Good Hope, which opened new trade routes to India and China, severing the Muslim trade monopoly into Asia. Portugal also claimed the new territory of the New World within the scope of the Papal Bull of 1455, which authorized Catholic nations to reduce to servitude all infidel people. I thought that Muslims, the bad Muslims, were only calling Christians infidel. Well, they called your ass an infidel too. It is said, according to the Pope, that the Vatican has the ability and the rights to conquer everything within the scope of the church. It said the Catholic nations are to reduce to servitude, that means slavery, all infidel people, that means Africans, that means Moors, that's West Africans, that's people that was practicing their traditional religions and they didn't want to become a Muslim, they didn't want to become a Christian. So they were the ones that got put on the ships. Europe was effectively ruled by an aristocracy of traditionally privileged families and nobles, enterprising merchants and traders in the Catholic Church. Collectively, they sought to gain power and wealth by taking advantage of the insurmountable resources in the New World and by exploiting the people of Africa and the West Indies. The ruling elite of Western Europe had a mutual understanding of greed, which spawned a horrific enterprise enterprise in the trading and shipping of human cargo. The enslavement of the African race and the genocidal campaigns towards indigenous peoples of the Bahamian Islands was capitalist at its earliest stages. It became a necessary evil that maintained the inward flow of wealth and absolute power to European treasuries. That's how they got rich. That's why you niggas is in the Gucci store giving them all of your money, thinking that they are the biggest and baddest and the top ones, and you equate Roman with wealth. You equate everything European with what you want them to have and you call yourself to have nots. You niggas was praying to the queen. I see the Jamaicans. They were calling the queen mama. Facts. And the Africans and some Haitians and stuff of that nature. And wonder why they get licks. And wonder why they get struck down. And wonder why they fire blood and Babylon falls on them sometimes. What you doing worshiping the queen? What you doing worshiping Spain? You niggas worship Spain by following the soccer. Remember her? Alright, going back to the Pirates of the Caribbean. They telling your story in whiteface. Who does that look like? That's it. See, does anybody know how to fix Max? Because I need to take this into a bigger screen. This is not coming out the right way. I need to, because y'all can't see the whole picture. I need y'all to see everything that's being shown. Give me 1 second. All right, that's an Easter ritual in Spain. Those people with those hoods on their heads, that's in Spain. The Ku Klux Klan is an occult group of witchcraft, Satanists, and occultists on the shores of America who pay homage to their occultic Gothic parents in Spain. And the rituals of the lynchings, those are blood rituals and sacrifices, they send the niggas up to their deities. Okay? Like they send chickens up, they send Africans up. Alright? The Olmecs. These are the people, they said that they disappeared. He disappeared them. These are the Olmecs. That's Mexico. That's the Philippines. They're like, I don't know what happened to them. They disappeared them right there. Those are the conquistadors. They killed all of them. They bodied them. And then they raped the women and produced these light-skinned Spanish niggas. Okay? That is, right here, these are the Incas. 1960s, the Incas at Machu Picchu. 1942, the arrival of Columbus. 1500, the Aztecs dominate central Mexico. 1521, Cortez conquers the Aztecs. 1525, the Incas peak. 1533, Pizarro, where you get pizza from, conquers the Incas. Alright? The last king that they killed was Tupac Amaru Shakur. Okay, Tupac Amaru was a powerful symbol of resistance in Peru. In Latin America, Tupac Amaru Shakur is a powerful symbol of resistance in America and worldwide. That's your Black Messiah. That's the Messianic force. That's who they was going after. Tupac Amaru was the last indigenous leader of the Inca state in Peru. He was the fourth son of Manco Capac, an Inca emperor who was initially allied with the Spaniards. They tried a war against them, wasn't successful. Manco Capac founded an independent state to the northeast of Cusco called Vilcabamba. It was a place with very different access. In 1544, there was a Spanish attack and Manco Capac was killed. He was succeeded by his son, Siri Tupac, who died. Probably poisoned in Cusco 1558. His brother, Titu Cusco, was then in charge for about 12 years more. He died in 1571. Tupac Amaru, another brother of the two previous indigenous leaders, was crowned as the new emperor. The Spanish viceroy in Peru, Francisco de Toledo, wanted to get rid of the remnants of the Incan Empire at the time, so in 1572, Spanish soldiers and their indigenous allies attacked the empire and captured Tupac Amaru with his followers. He was killed. Alright? These are the colors. I wish you could see a bigger picture. These are the indigenous colors of the Incan kings and the royalty. They are all melanated copper tone. Part 2, Fear of a Black Messiah. That's J. Edgar Hoover. All right? There goes Royale. He fits the description of Messianic. There goes the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He fits the description of the Black Messiahs. Okay? These are his people in New York when he was leading thousands of people through the streets of Harlem as God raising them up from lowly states. That's the feds once Hoover and them locked them up. This is a definition of blackamoor. Blackamoor is a noun, a person with dark skin who comes from Africa. Familiarity information. A blackamoor used as a noun is very rare. Meaning, a person with dark skin who comes from Africa. Classified under nouns denoting people. Synonyms: black person, blackamoor, negro, negroid, black. Hypernyms: individual, mortal, person, somebody, someone, soul, a human being. Person of color, formerly any non-European and non-white person. Domain region, Africa, the second largest continent located south of Europe and bordered on the west and south Atlantic and to the east by the Indian Ocean. Hypernyms: each of the following is a kind of blackamoor. Negress, a black woman. Black man, a man who is black. Black woman. So the definition of color applies. White Americans are the statistically biggest threat to the United States, so why are you so worried about Muslims? Where are the drone attacks on the Aryan nation? Where are you groveling ass Negroes with badges and shit and running around in your fatigues? Why you niggas didn't do a citizen arrest yet? Huh? Why you couldn't commandeer a drone? You killing your Uncle Sam, but you won't take it into your own hands to gun these dudes down. The leading cause of police death, post-traumatic stress disorder. If anybody needed a reminder that America has a police brutality problem, the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philandro Castile proved it. Actual numbers of violent police encounters are difficult to come by, but the dearth of data is getting more attention. New research published in the British Medical Journal demonstrates the danger posed to the citizens by the multiple team police practice of legal stop. Researchers analyzed 12.3 million people. Research analyzed 12 million police interventions from 2012, the year where they started the Trayvon killing, the year where the Trayvon thing happened, the year that was the catalyst year to what you see as the police brutality, the uptick in the murders, the uptick in the fear-mongering campaign and the psyops post-2012. That's when they turned up. Prior to that, yes, they were killing our people. Yes, they were brutalizing our people. Yes, men and women were being beat up and incarcerated in record numbers. But no, it was not on the hearts and the minds of our people. You were being scared by ISIS. You were being scared by Muslims. You were being scared by other boogeymen. It didn't come home yet. You niggas thought you was G.I. Joe back then. You were talking about, the terrorists over there. When the whole time, they were making your black ass a terrorist. They were cooking your image. Local, regional, national, and global. They watch WorldStar around the world. Did you know that? Yep. Did you know that WorldStar, they watch more WorldStar around the world than they watch the conscious community, than they read Atlanta Black Star, than they watch Hidden Colors? Huh? Do you know they watch black porn around the world like it's going out of style? Do you know that they watch the fights that the savage knuckle draggers amongst us be having online with 100 women jumping one woman and her child? Do you know that the Jew, on purpose, he sends that shit around the world with a bow tie on it? Look at these niggas. Look at these savages. How could they be the chosen ones? These are the people in the biblical that they talk about. These are the ones that Ham. These are the Hamites. Huh? Let us kill them for you. Help us help you. Okay? That's the approach. Help us help you get rid of the nigga problem. Because I gave you the definition of a sheet. I gave you the definition of nationality and status. Meaning that you are the inhabitants of a land that they stole. You are inhabitants of a land that they're like, nah, we're just going to take this, we're going to take the wheel, Jesus. Jesus take the wheel. Not Jesus taking the wheel, they're taking the wheel. And they're like, yo, these niggas are minors. And as long as they call themselves minors, we got this. We got that oil. We're going to take care of the water, although we're going to poison it. We're going to take the air and we're going to poison it. We're going to take the food and we're going to poison it. We're going to take the animals and we're going to GMO it. We're going to take the vaccination, we're going to poison them. Okay? And if they do wake up, they really begin to kick in. Okay? That's when the majority of men become millionaires. When they become well-seasoned, more mature. There's different phases in our lives. We're supposed to be living into those wise wisdom ages of wise elders so we can pass down our inheritance to multiple generations. You cannot do that if you're dying at 18. You cannot do that if you're dying at 20. You cannot do that if you're dying at 35 because you got a heart attack from taking a Viagra to get a boner. Okay? That's not how you can do it. You can't do it when you're dying because you drunk some lean because your ass wanted to be like Lil Wayne. You're not going to be able to make it. Alright? When you're having unprotected anal sex with another man in your fucking teenage years. Alright? You're not going to make it. Okay? You're not going to make it. So, they don't have a problem with black death. There's a benefit in that. Black bodies are worth more dead than alive. You are rightful owners. Not all of us, not all everybody, but there are some of us who have bloodlines and blood ties to this land of milk and honey, might I add, which is called the Americas. Because some people come from the islands, some of us come from Central America, South, North, okay, and Africa. Because we was taking boats back and forth. We was traveling like that. Expedia.com. All right. We are the merchants. We are the seven seas. I showed you that with the pirates. I showed you that with the corsairs. To the point where it was highway robbery. Don't even let me see your shit. Fuck, who are you talking about a slave shit? Don't even let me see your banner flying. The American flag is a trading banner. It's not a flag. It's not even a flag. That thing that they got you pledging allegiance to. So watching Black Death online, that shooter and the victims were white. He said, the policeman said, the fact that domestic terrorists in the U.S. tend to be white men. They also tend to be right-wing extremists, and they're a bigger threat than ISIS, according to law enforcement. For a white sheriff deputy to claim this can't be terrorism because everyone involved is white is apparent in the extreme. He said that the white shooter and the victims means that there wasn't no terrorism because they was all white. Neurocinema is how watching movies or particular scenes from movies affects our brains and the response the human brain gives to any given movie or scene. The term neurocinema comes from neurologists who are studying which pieces of a film can have the most control over a viewer's brain. Real-life stimuli as movie stories and music can exert considerable control over the responses of many brain areas, evoking a similar time course of activity across all viewers. Brain imaging monitors the effect of movie magic. The roaring 1920s gave us 5 major movie studios from the Hollywood era. These studios were Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Paramount, Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox, RKO Radio. Their growth gave rise to movie viewings and the overall popularity of this form of entertainment. The question is, does the sudden rise in the popularity of movies impact the viewers' opinions around the world? Moreover, why are movies considered to be a mass communication medium and in what ways? The term mass suggests great volume. It also refers to extent and reception, messages, communication. Communication is where movies come into play. It entails understanding the meaning and receiving the message. Put together, mass communication is the distribution of an idea or message to a large number of people. Films fit perfectly into this description, just examining the revenues of some of these. Influence of modern day society, influence of film. The film industry has grown and evolved rapidly since its inception in the early 1900s. Over the years, it has gained the attention of every culture and every part of the world. These days, thanks to Hollywood, it is instrumental in shaping the social culture by transforming the viewer's opinions or swaying them one way or the other. The idea that a film can have such an enormous impact on people can be difficult for some. However, this insane impact can be great tool when used properly and for the right reasons. All right? If that movie Puppy Heads explodes, the Alamogada, how do you pronounce that? AMYGDALA? The amygdala's activity increases and activity in the insula drops. So, with all that being said, if you are watching executions on Facebook, executions, right? Not movies. If you're watching 12 Years a Slave, if you're watching the Roots reboot, if you're watching the Nat Turner thing where they're, torturing our people and you see that scene where they got a lot of people hanging from trees, how is that affecting your psyche? Huh? If you're watching Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, your babies are watching that. They watching porn. They watching all of these things. They watching Rob Zombie, Insidious. All of these movies that, in my own opinion, they got spells in them because they are programming people to do savageries and things of that nature. Neurocinema. They're putting you under spells. Justin Sorrells, 1 year ago. Okay? We gotta talk about this. Look, he got the game there. He was the Breakfast Club. He was one of the rappers. These niggas taking photo ops. They didn't do nothing in 1 year. What he did? He was with the police. Okay? This is the all else. This is the all else. Did they get activated? Was there a follow-up? I don't even remember this shit.
Right.
No offense.
Nah, say
It's the Mandela effect. I don't remember it.
I'm wearing bulletproof glass though.
This is the 100th anniversary for the Fraternal Order of Police. Okay? Meaning that fraternity is 100 years. So there's a lot of bonuses that they're putting in, some bonus work. Birth of a Nation. Right? The first one was the rise of the KKK. This is the new birth of a nation. What you think is going to rise up in white people? Because niggas talking about what it's going to do for black people. Huh? What you think it's going to do for the new KKK? Huh? We all go to the movies and we have different perspectives. I just showed you neurocinema. So a white brain can get stimulated by watching that movie the same way that a black brain can be stimulated. He can see himself as a slave master. Right? Who part does the Jew play in this? Huh? Because I just showed you in the 20s, the same time the Garvey was coming up, the same time that we had a renaissance, meaning that the black messiahs was rising up in Harlem. Did they do a movie about that shit too? No. Because Hollywood was raising up in the 20s. Did they do a movie about that? They didn't do nothing about that. They didn't show that. They showed Mammies, Sambos, Toms, Amos and Andy, Nicky Buck Jackson, the jazz singer, Holly Berry, the Butler, all of that shit. All of that shit. But they didn't show you that. They knew about that. They came up at the same time. The Roaring 20s, that's the Renaissance era. That was the era of black excellence. That was the era of black domination and black superiority, or black moral superiority. Okay? Look at y'all, this is our people. These are messianic forces. This is in the 20s. What did they know in the 20s? I thought we were supposed to be dumb and not reading. Huh? They're in their ancestral garb. These were the people that the Europeans were going to sit at their feet and get a few bars from them. The same way that they do it now when they sign you to their industry. The same way when they sign you to their label, what you think they doing? They bring it in the mall to be over here. I'm gonna give you some bread, dog. You're gonna make me an album for $10. Then I'm gonna give you $2 off of a $20 album. Then we're gonna ship you around America and have you dance for these niggas, dance for these crackers as a troubadour. You're gonna sing and dance, and when they give you the money, you're gonna give us a bigger percentage. That's what they do. That's how they feed off of us. Our sweat equity, our creativity, our intellectual property, the fact that we got rhythm, the fact that we know how to put words together and cast spells, they get rich over that. That's the Jew. That's his prophet. He is here to usher in his Messiah. That is a conflict of interest. I'll never be able to sit at the table with him. Okay? The room is not big enough for two Messiahs. So he's doing everything in his power to stop the rise of your Messiah, while he is bankrolling his Messiahs. That's the agreement that he has with European. They work together. He's a financial wizard. They control the money. So sign a nigga to a label, no problem. Put him under the contract. We own him. That's also what they do. They're wizards with the pen, the ledgers, the legalese. The money is a trick bag. The money is the carrot. It's the contract that ties you in. That's the contract when you go and sign up for your job. It's the W-2 that locks you in. Okay? It's not the check that they're gonna cut you in 2 weeks. It's the contract. When a nigga sign up to the NFL and he get a bonus, he can't say nothing about the issues because he's on a contract. It's not about his money. And they got that nigga thinking about, they signed him for a 10-year deal. So they're like, yo, you can't say nothing for 10 years. Because if you do, you're gonna fuck up that bag. Because we have our financial advisor who's also a Jew, and a lawyer who's also a Jew, and the owner of your label or your organization who's also a Jew. They're giving you 10-year prospects. If you niggas stay in line, if you're able to touch your toes for 10 years straight with us, this is where you could be on a golf course with us in your retirement with your 401k. So stay in line, nigga, because we got you for 10 years. That's what's going on, and it's contractual. You become a paper slave. Okay, we live in a digital light era now, but we coming out of the paper era. They took over with the paper. So if any retard is running around talking about paperwork this, paperwork that, you know that these niggas are illegitimate pirates. They just be on ships robbing people. They're not even they're not in that world. If you get more than $1,000, you got a contract with somebody. Okay? Even if you're independent. The power is in the contract. Your birth certificate is a contract. Your driver's license is a contract. Your lease is a contract. Okay? Your Metro card is a contract. Your car note is a contract. When you wanted to take your kids to the daycare center, I don't care if it's all set daycare center or it's the Knuckle Drag Academy, the Short Bus Academy. You still sign a contract. It's all paperwork. So you're agreeing in your agreement, right? Remember, the European deals with suggestion. He rules with suggestion. He rules with your agreement. You said that it was all right to bend you over. That's how they volunteer. That's what isn't that the biblical story? That the devil said what to God? If the niggas volunteered, then God said if they volunteered, then they're yours. They're food. You could do it with them what you want to do with them. Look at Israel. Israel expelled 8,000 African immigrants because they threatened Jewish identity. Alright? They said that their Messiah is coming back. So they getting rid of the Jews, the Ethiopian Coptic Jews, okay? The Yahweh ben Yahwehs, and people like that, out of there. It's just the Zionists. We're going to take over. Hundreds of African kings head to Israel for tabernacles. Right? Am I next? That's a question. That's not a statement or an affirmation. That's like an affirmation and a question. Because somebody has to answer that question eventually. Okay? You never do anything like that in warfare. Thousands of Israelis take to the streets calling for Palestinian genocide. Be very careful when you bring that Jew in here to do that debate. Facts. Know who you're dealing with.
Right.
Know who you're entering into your community. They're not going to leave.
That's right.
They're not going to fucking leave. Okay? Pardon my French. They're not going to leave. Now they want to come to Harlem and talk about they ain't watching us.
They want to capitalize on it.
They're going to capitalize.
That's the last one.
Okay? Ever since they debated that Jew, all kind of shit been happening in our community. We got exposed. We got exposed by the media. They lined us up over the summer. Facts. That was a lie. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how they lined them up. Look, Israel trains our police to control us in the NWO. The police are being trained by the Israeli army to defeat and control their enemy. And when your police come back, you become their enemy. They was nice before they went to Israel to get the training. But the Mossad trained them the way that they trained their soldiers to suppress the Palestinians and the Syrians. And it's with an iron fist. Okay? These are your Nazis. That's when they started coming back. It is immediately after that they started turning up on us. Brutally. Look at this. Just following orders. It's been going on since the days of the Egyptians. Can you see that? It's been going on since the days of the Egyptians. Keep in mind, the body of the police force are Irish. These are Roman Catholics. These are Roman Catholics. These are people who are adherents to what I just told you, what I showed you in the beginning about the Moors and the power in the war with the church. It's been going on since the days of the Egyptians. Right? Meaning that these people are crusaders, they're race soldiers. Not only are they race soldiers, they are fighting for a religious cause. They got nigga rights, but they're anti-Kemetic too. Okay? They're anti-Kemetic. They say that you anti-Semitic, well they're anti-Kemetic. If they're Roman Catholics, they hate the fucking Egyptians. Or they hate the Cometians. And through blood testing and DNA testing and all kind of other face recognition and things of that nature, they know who you are before you know who you are. And that's a fact. This was a fake murder that took place to create public sentiment against black nationalists and to be in favor of the police. This was one of their first rituals of false flag police killings. There's no blood on the car. They said they blew their brains out. There's no brains anywhere. There's no blood on the door. There ain't no brains on the sidewalk. I see people get their brains blown out before. It don't look nothing like that. That was the cleanest thing ever. Okay? He ain't dead. He's somewhere with a check. Because why not? If it's all in the name of policing, right? It doesn't matter. There's no rules to war. You'll fake your death for the cause. Well, shit, I'll take the check. They got a bonus for them. You good, your family good. Just stay out of the light, my nigga. We'll put you in an underworld city. Or one of them underground cities, or we'll send you to one of our territories somewhere. Alright, for the cause, family. So good. Why not? This is your mayor in New York, who the police committed a coup against. Look at his family, right? Same way they rolled up on Lincoln in '92. Remember, Giuliani brought him to the city hall, and they had a coup. In '92, they don't talk about that. They rose up against Dinkins and basically had a coup d'etat in New York City. Giuliani was leading the charge. This is when they began to take this thing and turn it into a militarized place. This is the takeover of the city. Okay? This is when the goons were taking over. Right? So the rally puts police under new scrutiny. Deegan denounces police protests as furthering an image of racism. Alright? Officers rally and Deegans is their target. So they was doing all of this to him, but they've been doing it. And look who they was rocking with. That's his numbers. Confidential informant. 7. That's the black, they have appointed him as a black leader. I don't care what y'all say about it. That ain't my leader. I don't rock with Uncle Al. Well, goddamn it, they got him on paper as their leader until you do something about it. You feel me? He's on paper as our leader. Okay, around the time, sometime last year, Beyonce pops up with information, and then it went wow, niggas crazy. Oh shit, it's bringing the revolution back. Beyonce happens to be one of the top 100 lists of black influencer. She topped the list of black influencer, meaning that if she influences the sisters, right, by speaking militant, or even implanting a thought of militancy in their minds, that's more powerful than the battery that she was pushing for all those years. Okay? That's more more power than that. That's more powerful than the bottom feeder, you know, the lower nature mentality that she was promoting with her campaign and her movement. So she goes and she gets on the police car on her video. Remember, this is not about Katrina. This is about the flood that took place a little while this summer in Baton Rouge. Because people's right wasn't really with the whole police department dealing with Katrina. It was, but not really like that. It was more so with the government. This shit started happening when they killed Alton Sterling.
Right.
That's when the sentiments towards the police and everything began to rise up, and then they had a flood and shit like this was taking place. Okay? Then she does a video where she's showing you more, and she's showing you other aspects of that black girl magic.
Right.
Then she does the exclamation, Black Power, in the Super Bowl, where remember, it's about energy and emotions. It's about the battle of the hearts and minds of the people. So rituals evoke power. Rituals evoke all kind of dormant energies and memories and all that other shit. Especially when it's coming from the beehive. You know what I mean? A curvaceous, beautiful, sensational. Remember, she is magnetic.
That's right.
She made niggas kiss the TV and everything. Wanna kill Jay-Z for a minute once. Virgo energy. My daughter's born on her birthday. She's powerful. So she started cooking. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She started cooking. This is a Creole sister from the mud, from the blue, messianic. Okay, our Creole people are messianic. They got the power. All right, they got that power. Then she went and did a rain dance. So I don't care what nobody got to say.
That's right. That's right.
I don't care what nobody got to say. Baton Rouge got that rain this summer. Unprecedented rainfall. All right? Then that happened after she didn't do this before him. This came. Remember, Baton Rouge is the capital of Louisiana. It's the home of the Creole. It's the home of the Juju. It's Louisiana Purchase. It's Washita. It's the mound builders. Okay? It's Poverty Point. All right? So all that. It's the mud. It's the bottom. It's the boot. It's the root. It's the root. Okay? And shit starts from the bottom up. The roots. So there's the gentle giant. They killed a succession of gentle giants. Eric Garner was a gentle giant. Alton Sterling was a gentle giant. Terrence Clutch was a gentle giant. These are gamers. These are hunters. This is Hunger Games. They kill black bears like they kill gentle giants. They kill brown coyotes, brown birds, black lions, black dogs, brown beavers, brown deer, yellow-boned deers, light-skinned deer, almond complexion deer, pecan deer. Okay? All of the colors, that's what they kill. When they killing game, you go in a cracker crib, he got a lion's head on the fucking wall, a goddamn buffalo, and a bear. That's your black ass. Those are your totems. Those are your animals. Lions don't be in Europe like that. They don't fuck with the Europeans. Okay? That's your people. You are intricately tied to your animals. Like in Kemet. So if you came in a white person's house and they had a hawk head on the thing, an iblis head on the wall, a baboon's head on the wall, you'd be like, God damn it, this nigga's Kemetic. So when you go in, when you see these Europeans, they brag, they got black bears as rugs, they walk on them. They got bison on the wall. Okay? Some niggas even got horses and shit. That's all melanated. That's all yours, people. That's all us. Okay? They're gamers. They go and kill. Why are they killing giraffe? Why are they killing rhino? Why are they killing leopard? Why are they killing bear? Why are they killing tiger? That's them killing you. They're training on killing you. Why did the European come and kill on a bison? Because he knew that the people was attached to them. It wasn't just for food.
Right.
Shit. So that's who they're killing gentle giants. They're hunting them. Remember, when they put this one out, They said that it caused PTSD when the killings get looped. But also what they cause is group consciousness. And when you get over that PTSD, you might collectively say, fuck that, I want blood. I'm tired of waiting for a guilty verdict. Enough is enough. Give me blood. And if enough of us say that on some Baton Rouge type of shit, on some Black Power militancy type of shit, on some let's put them in a pot and cook their asses, right? When enough of us have it, when enough is enough, and we start saying things like that, then things like this started happening. Because they put this shit on TV, then later on that night, this happened. 5 police got killed. In Dallas. And they said the suspect was a Black Power nationalist. Okay? I should have uploaded the slide. I wanted y'all to hear the shootout. Had nothing, it was not one shooter. And that nigga was shooting space weapons. Huh? It sounded like, nah, I'm dead ass. It sounded like it sounded beyond a cannon. It sounded like a warship was going off. That wasn't that man right there. And they said that he scrawled RB in blood and then died. That's what they said. He scrawled RB on the wall. All right. This is the bomb. This is the robot that they sent to kill him. Okay? The beginning of the drones. That is a drone on wheels. That's still called a drone. So they're introducing the drone killings. They're going to introduce drone attacks on domestic terrorists on a domestic level. Dallas shooter Mika Johnson. Huh? Mika Johnson. Mika is short for Michael. Right? Johnson. Who we got in the community by the name of Johnson? Which one of our teachers' first name is Michael? Okay, both Leos. We're told that the single deadliest attack on law enforcement since 9/11 in exactly 777 weeks after 9/11 is the upcoming August 7th target window. Barack Hussein Obama, the ambush happened at the intersection of Main and Murphy. Okay, remember it happened on 7/7/7, because 2016, you add the 1 and the 6 and that's 7, it happened July 7/7. Okay? Mika Johnson, the Dallas shooter who killed 5 police officers, wrote in blood the letters RB and other markings on the wall of the parking garage. Police investigators are putting a lot of effort to decipher the writings. They are doing so by going through evidence from the shooter's suburban Dallas home. The shooter was a Black Army veteran who urged authorities to get a Black negotiator as he would only speak to him. The shooter wrote in blood on the wall of a parking garage where police cornered and later killed him. Police Chief David Brown said, and there goes your Brown again. Remember, Michael Brown was the name of the FEMA supervisor in Katrina. That was Mike Brown. Mike Brown was the one who raised pale horses. And he was the FEMA supervisor in Katrina. Go and look it up. White boy, Michael Brown. Mike Brown, they call him. Okay? Then later on down the line, you got this Mike Brown. We got our Mike Brown. Right? According to Fox News, 2 hours of negotiations took place. They never released the tapes. They never released anything on him after they killed him. Okay? Nothing. No follow-up. Like I said, they implant the story and keep it moving. It's a psyops. While the shooter taunted the authorities by laughing at them, he started singing, and there was a moment when he asked how many officers he had shot. But then they see something took place on June 13, 2015. A white boy went to the Dallas Police Department and shot it up with an automatic weapon. Okay? And they don't even talk about that. So this is the Cosmos. This is the one who is responsible for the Baton Rouge killings. Okay? This is the one who is responsible for the next series of murders that took place with the authorities. Give me 1 second.
I think it's that option box at the top.
Where?
My bad, that's the camera.
I hope nobody leaves here feeling inferior. I hope nobody leaves here being scared as if somebody is going to come and get you. Hopefully this helped to pull the covers off and to lift up the veils and to show you, listen, don't be in fear. There's nothing to fear. Be who you are. Be who you were sent here to be. Be the messianic ones. Prepare your community, your family, and your environment to receive this energy that our ancestors are sending us at this time. Apologize to no one for your greatness. Okay? What you should be doing is taking some of the information about your glorious past or the past that was glorious. You don't got to relate to the Moors. You don't got to say that that was you. This is not, you know what I mean? I want to be down. You feel me? That probably wasn't all of us. Some of us was in Central Africa, South Africa, whatever. But it's a story. It's a narrative. It's a missing piece. Okay? And it makes a lot of goddamn sense when you hear it as to why certain people are in certain positions and why they're doing certain things to certain other people. Does it not? Okay. All right. Yes. You gonna do it for the live stream if there's any questions in the live? All right. Anybody in the audience has any questions about tonight's presentation?
That's it.
I guess that was a good job. Yes.
No. Oh, you got about to say. Come on.
How do you go about identifying who's the black or Moor Messiah?
I read the definition of messianic ones. Okay. They are rappers that are messianic. It's niggas in the hood that are messianic. You understand what I'm saying? And they getting killed in the hood, but they messianic. The brother who raised me up, he was Haitian, Tony Lindor. He got killed in '93. He was messianic in his way. Some of us got OGs, big homies, messianic, got messianic forces, Messiah-like. People listen to them, they watch them. They're magical Negroes. They be doing shit that defies reality. Okay? Messianic ones, like what T.I. is doing. Messianic. Okay, David Banner, messianic. What Umar is doing. Stephen Marley. You know what I mean? Usain Bolt. Showing messianic things. Latent superpowers. Latent abilities. So, the ones that are out here doing this work, the ones that are out here putting their life on the lines, the ones that are out here channeling and being able to tap into their ancestral self, those are your messianic ones. It's not a person, it's not an organization, it's not one or two people. Stop looking for favors. Stop putting us against each other. We're not fucking dogs. We're not pit bulls. This is not cockfighting. All right? Oh, this is my favorite. Like, no, this shit ain't wrestling.
Right.
You'll get one of these. You'll get one of these niggas bodied out here. Stop doing that. Y'all are dealing with powerful people, putting powerful people against each other. And when they weaponize their information, they can kill each other with that shit. You know how many of these lectures are walking dead right now? Because they got bodied by somebody else? They got killed. You remember the Matrix? If they kill you in the Matrix, your body dies?
Right.
I promise you, I know them. They're well-dressed cadavers, but they got body. Okay? We are stronger together, Voltron. If I hit you with my pinky versus my fist, there's a different bag, it's a different feeling. So, we have to come together. We have to unite the messianic ones. We gotta bring the forces together because like I showed you before, when we were together, even in a cosmopolitan environment, which is social media, which is corporate, which is the industry. If you're an artist, you're in front of cosmopolitan crowds when you're displaying your skills and your craft, right? You don't get all fucking religious then, you know what I'm saying? You don't start set tripping then, or now I ain't gonna perform unless there's Moors in the audience. What's your nationality? You know, there's no rapper anywhere saying that. You put him on a stage in Oregon, it could be all pilgrims. He gonna rock to the pilgrims. Because they rock with the messianic ones. That's what they were doing. I showed you, we gave them everything. So why would they be attracted to those who gave them everything? Why would they not be drawn to their parents? Why would they not be drawn to their big homies? Why would not they drawn to the rappers? Little Uzi Vert in them. They love these niggas. They love Future. You know what I mean? They love Rick Ross. They love NWA. They even love Chuck D sometimes. Because I would say that they love us when we're in our lower self. That's when they can rock with us. I was in a club recently and they was playing some high level hip hop. And the white dudes was dancing all, you know, unrhythmly. Then the trap came on and they took over the dance floor. Huh? They was cooking. The white boy, they was all in it. They knew how to do all of that shit. Because the level of the frequency is lower. That's when they step in. They can play on that realm. They can't play on the realm of the Rakims and all of them. But they can play on that entry level right there.
So why is it that
That's crazy.
when you go to certain people like Rakim concert or even your Bob Marley's or, you know, higher conscious,
They're there.
they are there though. They're more than
They respect, appreciate, worship, and are attracted to black men, black women when they are showing or they're demonstrating messianic forces and energies, meaning that they're drawn to the Moors, meaning that they're drawn to the Kemites, meaning that they're drawn to the people who exhibit certain kind of powers. So they don't have no gripes like that. They don't care if you call them devil on the stage. They don't care about that. They're there to support. They're there to pick up off of that energy that you're feeding them. You're feeding them. You can charge them $100. They don't care. They could charge up on that. They can feed off of that. So they might not be able to necessarily mimic you when they want to mimic that. You know what I mean? They try their best with Eminem. But at the level where you're cooking and you're selling coke and you're killing niggas and you're pimping and you're doing all of this savage gothic like, right? I was showing you they were savage gothic occult like. They're like, yo, that's my language. I fucks with that the long way. I could get with that. Because the modern day hip hopper are trying to emulate the punk rockers. The punk rockers, that's when Lil Wayne came in. He wasn't trying to emulate Tupac, he was trying to emulate the punk rockers. He was trying to emulate those people who were anti-establishment, anti-social, people who were very suicidal. Right? The Kurt Cobains of the world, because when you popping pills and sipping lean and sniffing coke and doing all of these things, you are suicidal. He's running from something. What is he running from? It came to find out that he got abused in earlier life. He's being financially abused by baby. That nigga kissed him on the lips on TV. Signs of a molestation. Okay? He said on many occasions that he didn't want to live because they took rabbit from him. Right? So the youth that came after him on his wave followed that same archetype. These niggas are punk rockers now. Wiz Khalifa, Uzi Vert, all of them are proclaiming to be punk rockers. They're not rappers anymore. They transcended. So they're trying to be, you know, but one would say that we introduced that. So they're only going back to what we were, you know, what's the name, Fishbone and them, and some of the original punk rockers and things of that nature. But them niggas are not Afro-punking. Okay? You punk rocking, but you talking down on your woman. You punk rocking, but you promoting the deaf culture. You punk rocking, but you promoting niggas to punk rock themselves to jail. Okay? To be a punk and get rocked. Or be a punk on the rock. So, no, we don't need that. We can utilize something more powerful. We don't need no niggas trying to be a punk rocker. Why don't you try to be a revolutionary? Why don't you try to be like Pop? Huh? Why don't you try to be like an outlaw or somebody? So, it doesn't really matter with them. Remember, they're going to feed off of us wherever we at. It's a parasite-host relationship. Parasite-host relationship. Parasite-host relationship, meaning that they had to come into your neighborhoods and displace. They had to regentrify and be amongst you. They feed off of you. Okay? You got the heat, you got the energy, you emit sun rays and all of these other things. You are the creator. Why are we all in corporate America if they don't like us? Why are we all in corporate America? And remember, not managerial roles, but menial roles, as the worker bees, as the help. You niggas are the help, right? The batteries, like the Matrix. Okay? That's how they got us. So they feed off of us like a parasite would feed off of a host. So inside of the industry, it's your talents, it's your skills, it's your natural brute strength, it's your athleticism, it's your bars, it's your creativity, it's your swag, all of these things. And what do? They hoard over it with the moolah, okay, with the money, something that they print, and then they take all of your stuff and they own niggas' rights for life, your catalog, and all of these things. All right? Very high level prostitution. Sophisticated. So yeah.
Peace. I like the fact of
Yeah, peace. I'm Dan. I like the fact that during the lecture, one of the major pieces that you were speaking about were the facts that we've always been a seafaring people. We've always been like Maritans, or pirates, whatever you call us. We've always pretty much ran the seas. So anytime you look and you see like all of the major artifacts with indigenous people all over the world, one of the centerpieces is always a big boat, right? And so one question that I have that I don't usually see brought up in, I guess like usually with like the tapes, but since we're like the oldest people, and we're like the indigenous people, we're the original people, why is it that like for some reason like with these different schisms, we love pyramids, right? But we don't identify with the oldest pyramids.
The mounds?
Which are all over here,
That's an interesting question. There's gonna have to be more lectures like this done. We need documentaries. This is bottom level shit right here. Okay? I love doing this, but I get frustrated because I don't like being at this level right now. Because I know what's in front of us. They're going into virtual, goddammit. You're gonna be able to put on an Oculus Rift or a virtual eye set, and you'll be in goddamn Spain during the fights if you want to. You'll be in the castle, chilling, you and your wife. You could be in the chambers of Kemet and all of these things. This thing has taken, technology has taken leaps and bounds. So we have to adapt. We are living in the future. We have to begin to live like that. We have to begin to act like that. We have to begin to move like that. Victims are not going to make it into the future. The future is a victimless society. So while they got us acting like we in the 60s and all kind of, they're revolving. Revolution means to revolve. These niggas is talking about populating Mars with Elon Musk. And they're doing all kind of apps and all kind of technology and stuff. We got to catch up to that because they're like, yo, why y'all complaining? We building world. I hope nobody leaves here feeling inferior. I hope nobody leaves here being scared as if somebody's gonna come and get you. Hopefully this helped to pull the covers off and to lift up the veils and to show you, listen, don't be in fear. There's nothing to fear. Be who you are. Be who you were sent here to be. Be the messianic ones. Prepare your community, your family, and your environment to receive this energy that our ancestors are sending us at this time. Apologize to no one for your greatness. Okay? What you should be doing is taking some of the information about your glorious past or the past that was glorious. You don't got to relate to the Moors. You don't got to say that was you. This is not, you know what I mean? I want to be down. You feel me? That probably wasn't all of us. Some of us was in Central Africa, South Africa, whatever. But it's a story. It's a narrative. It's a missing piece. Okay? And it makes a lot of goddamn sense when you hear it as to why certain people are in certain positions and why they're doing certain things to certain other people. Does it not? Okay. All right. Yes. You gonna do it for the live stream if there's any questions in the live? All right. Anybody in the audience has any questions about tonight's presentation?
That's it.
I guess that was a good job. Yes.
No. Oh, you got about to say. Come on.
How do you go about identifying who's the black or Moor Messiah?
I read the definition of messianic ones. Okay. They are rappers that are messianic. It's niggas in the hood that are messianic. You understand what I'm saying? And they getting killed in the hood, but they messianic. The brother who raised me up, he was Haitian, Tony Lindor. He got killed in '93. He was messianic in his way. Some of us got OGs, big homies, messianic, got messianic forces, Messiah-like. People listen to them, they watch them. They're magical Negroes. They be doing shit that defies reality. Okay? Messianic ones, like what T.I. is doing. Messianic. Okay, David Banner, messianic. What Umar is doing. Stephen Marley. You know what I mean? Usain Bolt. Showing messianic things. latent superpowers, latent abilities. So the ones that are out here doing this work, the ones that are out here putting their life on the lines, the ones that are out here channeling and being able to tap into their ancestral self, those are your messianic ones. It's not a person, it's not an organization, it's not one or two people. Stop looking for favorites. Stop putting us against each other. We're not fucking dogs, we're not pit bulls. This is not cockfighting, all right? Oh, this is my favorite. Like, no, this shit ain't wrestling.
Right.
You'll get one of these, you'll get one of these niggas bodied out here. Stop doing that. Y'all are dealing with powerful people, putting powerful people against each other. And when they weaponize their information, they can kill each other with that shit. You know how many of these lectures are walking dead right now? Because they got bodied by somebody else? They got killed. You remember the Matrix? If they kill you in the Matrix, your body dies?
Right.
I promise you, I know them. They're well-dressed cadavers, but they got body. Okay? We are stronger together, Voltron. If I hit you with my pinky versus my fist, there's a different bag, it's a different feeling. So we have to come together. We have to unite the messianic ones. We gotta bring the forces together because like I showed you before, when we were together, even in a cosmopolitan environment, which is social media, which is corporate, which is the industry. If you're an artist, you're in front of cosmopolitan crowds when you're displaying your skills and your craft, right? You don't get all fucking religious then, you know what I'm saying? You don't start set tripping then, oh, now I ain't gonna perform unless there's Moors in the audience. What's your nationality? You know, there's no rapper anywhere saying that. You put him on a stage in Oregon, it could be all pilgrims. He gonna rock to the pilgrims. Because they rock with the messianic ones. That's what they were doing. I showed you, we gave them everything. So why would they be attracted to those who gave them everything? Why would they not be drawn to their parents? Why would they not be drawn to their big homies? Why would not, they drawn to the rappers. Little Uzi Vert in them. They love these niggas, they love Future. You know what I mean? They love Rick Ross. They love NWA. They even love Chuck D sometimes. Because I would say that they love us when we're in our lower self. That's when they can rock with us. I was in a club recently and they was playing some high level hip hop. And the white dudes was dancing all, you know, unrhythmly. Then the trap came on and they took over the dance floor. Huh? They was cooking. The white boy, they was all in it. They knew how to do all of that shit. Because the level of the frequency is lowered. That's when they step in. They can play on that realm. They can't play on the realm of the Rakims and all of them. But they can play on that entry level right there.
So why is it that
that's crazy.
When you go to certain people like Rakim concert or even your Bob Marley's or, you know, higher conscious.
They're there.
They are there though. They're more than
they respect, appreciate, worship, and are attracted to black men, black women when they are showing or they're demonstrating messianic forces and energies, meaning that they're drawn to the Moors, meaning that they're drawn to the Kemites, meaning that they're drawn to the people who exhibit certain kind of powers. So they don't have no gripes like that. They don't care if you're calling them devil on the stage. They don't care about that. They're there to support. They're there to pick up off of that energy that you're feeding them. You're feeding them. You could charge them $100. They don't care. They could charge up on that. They can feed off of that. So they might not be able to necessarily mimic you when they want to mimic that. You know what I mean? They try their best with Eminem. But at the level where you're cooking and you're selling coke and you're killing niggas and you're pimping and you're doing all of this savage gothic like, right? I was showing you there was savage gothic occult like. They're like, yo, that's my language. I fucks with that the long way. I could get with that. Because the modern day hip hopper are trying to emulate the punk rockers. The punk rockers, that's when Lil Wayne came in. He wasn't trying to emulate Tupac, he was trying to emulate the punk rockers. He was trying to emulate those people who are anti-establishment, anti-social, people who are very suicidal. Right? The Kurt Cobains of the world, because when you popping pills and sipping lean and sniffing coke and doing all of these things, you are suicidal. He's running from something. What is he running from? It came to find out that he got abused in earlier life. He's being financially abused by baby. That nigga kissed him on the lips on TV. Signs of a molestation. Okay? He said on many occasions that he didn't want to live because they took rabbit from him, right? So the youth that came after him on his wave followed that same archetype. These niggas are punk rockers now. Wiz Khalifa, Uzi Vert, all of them are proclaiming to be punk rockers. They're not rappers anymore. They transcended. So they're trying to be, you know, but one would say that we introduced that. So they're only going back to what we were, you know, what's the name, Fishbone and them, and some of the original punk rockers and things of that nature. But them niggas are not Afro-punking. Okay? You punk rocking, but you talking down on your woman. You punk rocking, but you promoting the deaf culture. You punk rocking, but you promoting niggas to punk rock themselves to jail. Okay? To be a punk and get rocked. Or be a punk on the rock. So, no, we don't need that. We can utilize something more powerful. We don't need no niggas trying to be a punk rocker. Why don't you try to be a revolutionary? Why don't you try to be like Pac? Huh? Why don't you try to be like an outlaw or somebody? So, it doesn't really matter with them. Remember, they're going to feed off of us wherever we at. It's a parasite-host relationship. Parasite-host relationship. Parasite-host relationship, meaning that they had to come into your neighborhoods and displace. They had to regentrify and be amongst you. They feed off of you. Okay? You got the heat, you got the energy, you emit sun rays and all of these other things. You are the creator. Why are we all in corporate America if they don't like us? Why are we all in corporate America? And remember, not managerial roles, but menial roles, as the worker bees, as the help. You niggas are the help, right? The batteries, like the Matrix. Okay? That's how they got us. So they feed off of us like a parasite would feed off of a host. So inside of the industry, it's your talents, it's your skills, it's your natural brute strength, it's your athleticism, it's your bars, it's your creativity, it's your swag, all of these things. And what do? They hoard over it with the moolah, okay? With the money, something that they print, and then they take all of your stuff and they own niggas' rights for life, your catalog, and all of these things. All right? Very high level prostitution. Sophisticated. So, yeah.
Peace. I like the fact of, yeah.
Yeah, peace. I'm Dan. I like the fact that during the lecture, you know, one of the major pieces that you were speaking about were the facts that, you know, we've always been a seafaring people. You know, we've always been like Americans, you know, or pirates, whatever you call us. You know, we've always pretty much ran the seas. So anytime you look and you see like all of the major artifacts with indigenous people all over the world, one of the centerpieces is always a big boat, right? And so one question that I have that I don't usually see brought up in, you know, like I guess like usually with like the tapes, but you know, since we're like the oldest people, you know, and we're like the indigenous people, we're the original people, you know, why is it that like for some reason like with these different schisms, you know, we love pyramids, right? But we don't identify with the oldest pyramids.
The mounds?
Yeah, which are all over here, you know.
That's an interesting question. There's gonna have to be more lectures like this done. We need documentaries. This is bottom level shit right here, okay? I love doing this, but I get frustrated because I don't like being at this level right now, because I know what's in front of us. They're going into virtual, goddammit. You're gonna be able to put on an Oculus Rift or a virtual eye set, and you'll be in goddamn Spain during the fights if you want to. You'll be in the castle, chilling, you and your wife. You could be in the chambers of Kemet and all of these things. This thing has taken, technology has taken leaps and bounds. So we have to adapt. We are living in the future. We have to begin to live like that. We have to begin to act like that. We have to begin to move like that. Victims are not going to make it into the future. The future is a victimless society. So while they got us acting like we in the 60s and all kind of, they're revolving. Revolution means to revolve. These niggas is talking about populating Mars with Elon Musk. And they're doing all kind of apps and all kind of technology and stuff. We got to catch up to that because they're like, yo, why y'all complaining? We building worlds. Build your world up, okay? And we'll go world for world. World for world. So we need to be making video games, all right? We got classes coming up where we're gonna teach the family how to make video games. Unreal Engine. There's a whole bunch of other technology out there where you can make video games. You don't gotta be in Japan to make a goddamn video game. You can make apps. Where's our comedic apps? Where's our Meduneta apps? Where's the goddamn Circle 7 or the Black Laws Dictionary app? Where's all of these things? It's all of these voids where you can make your billions if it's about the bread, if it's really about the money. It should be about the legacy, but you can pass some things down to your little hair rules. If you create technology inside of the technology age, niggas are still trying to save up for barbershops. In the technology age, smartphones smarter than them. Only piece of technology they got is a hoverboard.
I think it's the distractions that is holding people in bondage.
But the distractions are Lil Wayne. The distractions are Fat Joe. The distractions is World Star. The distractions is the gossip sites. The distractions is the knuckle draggers that are around you. The distractions is all of that shit on Love and Hip Hop. The distractions is all of that.
Yeah.
The distractions is about the rumors that every morning we wake up, it's a new rumor in Negro land. And consuming, yo, Meek Mill and Game and Beef and Beanie and all of this. That don't got nothing to do with you. That's the distractions. A new side op, a new police killed a nigga, a new police murder, a new this, a new that, a Hillary Clinton debate. All of these distractions because they have captured the hearts and the minds of our people in the PSYOP operation. They collect big data off of social media, metadata. So now they know how to push buttons. Now they know how to stroke the emotions. Now they know how to turn on the pain body. And once the pain body is turned on through the collective, they know how to add on other things to the pain body. And they know how to feed off of the pain body to make themselves stronger and make their little things take place and make their shit pop off. That's the kind of sorcery that you're dealing with. That's the kind of wickedness that you're dealing with. So what I'm saying is, we gotta begin to pay attention to us. Anything that you put your mind on and anything that you put your eyes on, you give power to, you give strength to. So even when we noticing these white people, fuck the Black Lives Matter stupid shit. Okay? Stop, get away from white people as far away as possible. My freedom, or the smidgen of it that I have, has a lot to do with the fact that I'm not surrounded by them.
Exactly.
I don't even feel that, I don't feel that suckling anymore. You feel me? I don't feel the drainage anymore like that. I gotta deal with the groveling Negroes though, the black devils, they something else. Okay? They a handful. But they, you know, you could deal with your kind a lot more easier than with aliens and demons and shit. But I don't, you know, even when they come, they just feel my energy. They know I don't fuck with them like that. You know, I got cracker repellents. This is a cracker repellent. This is a cracker repellent. This is a cracker repellent. Because they know that it's not Egypt. They know it's Kemet. It's a difference.
Exactly.
I'm not on some Greek Ptolemy shit. They know that I ain't from a fraternity. Yeah, they know I'm ready to tie him up. But anyway. Nah, it's not that serious. Because keep in mind, that's my, like, and then when we do talk, I'm building with them, I'm teaching them shit. And I'm asking them real questions.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no animosity. Look, this is the story, right? Just tell my peoples that. And they cool.
Yeah, because they don't even know.
They don't, if they do know, they was waiting for a nigga to bring it up. Because what they do is this. They took an oath to not tell you. But they took an oath to answer you if you ask the right question. Remember, it's the power of the question.
Yeah.
That's when you receive the best answers. That's why Rich is such a powerful, that's why his channel is so powerful, because he asked the right questions. Nobody was never asking me and my brother the right goddamn questions. They didn't even want to ask us anything. We were asking everybody else the questions. But he finally came along and had the sense to ask us the right questions. So you got to ask the right questions to these crackers and they'll tell you. But I gave you some bars. I gave you some food. I gave you some gems. You don't gotta go arrogant with them. Hey Bob, let me talk to you at the water cooler. Hey, tell me about the, I heard some things on PBS. You don't gotta say it came from Red Pill. Say it came from PBS. You know what I mean? Cloak and dagger that shit. Slide in with it. Yo, I seen this thing on Vice. They like Vice these days. Word, yeah. And then drop it on them. And I guarantee you that you'll build a powerful conversation with these people who are hiding your information. You know what I mean? They just kind of nervous that I don't think that they're ready to give it up. Because once they give it up, it's gonna wake up more people, and that's the end of their pony ride. Okay? So that's why a lot of shit is taking place. Distraction, fear. Fear stagnates you, fear stifles you, fear stunts your growth, Negro. Okay? That's even what that Turner shit did to us. That was a fear campaign. Okay? It wasn't that liberating, he got hung at the end. And they turned his meat into goddamn grease for the wagons.
Depressing a little.
All right. So it's late. Okay? I don't want to get sued by anybody in here for keeping them out of their jobs tomorrow. You know, but we'll continue this. I like doing a live stream. I'm open to doing more of these. You know, it's much more information. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell y'all an interesting story. I lost my lecture today. It got erased. Yeah, at 1 o'clock. So the ancestors, I was able to do what I had to do, but I lost my lecture. You know what I mean? But it's that test. You get tested. Do you really want this shit? Do you really want to do this? Is this really, are you made for this? You feel what I'm saying? That's the test. And if that's what it is, then you keep pushing, you keep going. And that's what I leave you with. I don't care what happens. Okay, what did your grandparents go through? What did our great-grandparents go through? They thought the world was coming to an end. They were scared of the Bushes and the Clintons and the Trumps of their era. They persevered. This shit ain't real like that. I come from the 90s Brooklyn. They would have been came in here and did something to us back in the days. Okay, you couldn't walk down certain streets without getting victimized, sodomized, traumatized, and all kind of other things. From the knuckle draggers. This shit was a killing field downtown. Okay? So, you can miss me with me walking around thinking that it's worse now. It's not worse. I don't look at the police like they trying to do nothing to me. They be saying hi to me and shit. Okay? I'm not walking with that. But I know who they are. I know that they're policy enforcers. I know that they're corporate mercenaries, and I'm cool. They stay in their place, I stay in mine. You dig what I'm saying? We have to walk with no fear. Right. We have to know who we are. That's it. We have to love ourselves, love our culture, love our history, love this information, love our future, love where we at now. Take the L's and the W's together. You know, we'll be better. And that's it. And love and light to the family. Peace.
I'm talking about all set. I'm talking about waking up the God inside of you. I'm talking about when our people are put in situations of adversity, that's when we shine the best. Under pressure, that's when we turn into black diamonds.
I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
They don't know fact from fiction. They don't know the blacks is missing. They don't know they trapped in prison. They don't know the path to prison was a math decision. They don't know the wrath is quickened. They don't know the ass they kissing on the path of mission to put their ass in prison. They don't know black religion, fact and fiction. They don't know mama didn't leave them niggas half the kitchen with half a chicken. Fact or fiction. We still high.
Anthem on the track. King shit. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
They don't know fact from fiction. They don't know the blacks is missing. They don't know they trapped in prison. They don't know the path to prison was a math decision. They don't know the wrath is quickened. They don't know the ass they kissing on the path of mission to put their ass in prison. They don't know black religion, fact and fiction. They don't know mama didn't leave them niggas half the kitchen with half a chicken. Fact or fiction. We still hot, we still noble. Red and blue pill global. No matter the language, we still moguls. We lost Gil Scott, then we lost Gil Noble. Exercise the right to live like it is. The revolution will not be televised, it's being digitized. On the come up, it's like watching the midget rise. Sleeping giants grow another 20 feet tall with each alliance. I could teach the science, I tear an instrumental down before I lay my pencil down. I'm going down to Tinseltown to burn the temples down and cap it off like dental crowns. And my rights still reserved. Fear of a black Illuminati. I might just build with the Bilderberg to come and kill you nerds. I'm shining like a Grammy host on the shores of Miami coast. My Moringa plug looking like Sammy Sosa. The old one when he was well done like Granny's roast. The ancestors sponsor this. I don't know them niggas, all they do is talk that conscious shit. We living it, we in the streets like House of Consciousness. KTL in the ATL, MIA, NYC. Multi-dimension like MIB. We are not the same, I am a sovereign. We are not the same, I am a problem.
I was made for this, I was made for this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.